for the CarQuest Firecracker Championship here at the Speedway. On the pole in car number 10, it's Steve Scott. Steve Scott in 10, that's not being driven by Robin Pennington this evening. And alongside in 9, Jim Cruz. Jim Cruz is girlfriend Betty with a happy birthday today. Other cars in this second fast qualifier, Bob Justice inside of the second row. And your fast qualifier tonight, that's Randy Sward in 73. 4 racing laps, the Limited Sportsman Trophy Dash. Cruz takes over the lead in car number 9. Steve Scott is second. One lap complete. It's Jim Cruz still out front. Steve Scott second, but now Bob Justice will challenge on the outside of Scott. Cruz pulls ahead down the backstretch. Randy Sward now moves up to third place. White flag this time for Jim Cruz. Checker flag this time. Your winner, Jim Cruz in 9. Close finish there at the last. Cruz slowed down significantly in turns 3 and 4. Both cars following try to squeeze underneath, but to no avail. Jim Cruz comes home the winner. Steve Scott holds on for second. Finishing third is Randy Sward, and fourth Bob Justice. With his second Trophy Dash victory of 1992 now in the books, the winner, Jim Cruz. Jim Cruz race first heat, or the Limited Sportsman first heat race. On the pole in 27, it's Jerry Buck. Alongside in 75, that's Buddy Townsend. Row number 2, 02, is Charlie Osborne. And 41, I think it's Dickie Bob. In 41, I'll have to check that, make sure I got that right. Yeah, Dickie Bob in 41. The third row, John Strobel's first appearance of 1992 here at the Speedway in 55. And alongside Zero Hill in car number 12, that's Don Hill Jr. in 12. Then comes number 3, Ron Holbein, and 72, Craig Parker, rounding out the field for your first 8-lap Limited Sportsman Heat event. Jerry Buck pulls out that early lead. Charlie Osborne is second. John Strobel runs third in car 55, and here comes Zero Hill in car number 12, trying to move into fourth. 2 laps this time. Buck had a feature win 3 weeks ago here at the Speedway in that car number 27. He leads this heat race by about 5 car lengths. They'll be at the happy signal this time. We've got a breakout situation. I'll explain that. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. These gentlemen qualify each week. They do their level best to qualify, but in the interest of making sure they qualify the best they can, we have a breakout rule. They're only allowed to run, I think it's a quarter of a second. Yeah, that's right, 2,500 hundredths of a second faster than their qualifying time in competition. And when they do run 2 laps faster than a quarter of a second better than their qualifying attempt, we throw a yellow, that car goes to the tail. And that's the case with Jerry Buck. He ran 2 laps more than a quarter of a second faster than his qualifying run, and so he'll go to the tail. Again, we do this to try to keep these guys honest and make sure they qualify the best they possibly can. 3 laps remain in this heat race. Charlie Osborne, the leader. Now John Strobel in 55 tries to pull to the outside of Osborne. Osborne will receive the white flag this time. White flag, Osborne, Strobel, Hill, and Bob, your first 4 cars. And the winner of the first heat race, Limited Sportsman Charlie Osborne. Finishing second again in 55, John Strobel. Third is Zero Hill, and fourth, Dickie Bob in car 41. Gregory in number 2 will start inside of car 26. Gary Carter, the second row. Joe Hill in 70 and 98, Mike Rush. Then comes Ken Sward in 74. 11 is Robbie Dean, and car number 20, Mike Brown. 8 laps. Gregory is the leader, Gary Carter second, Joe Hill runs third. They'll complete the 3 of the 8-lap heat race this time, 3 laps. Gregory with 3 heat race wins so far in 1992 at the Speedway. Looking for number 4. Now Joe Hill will challenge Gary Carter on the outside. His sights on the leader, Don Gregory Jr. Hill won the feature race in the Limited Sportsman Division on opening night back on April 11th. White flag this time for Donnie Gregory. fourth heat race of the year. Donnie Gregory in car number 2. Second is Joe Hill. Third, Ken Sward. And fourth, Gary Carter in 26. From New Carlisle, Ohio, car number 5, Dick Dunleavy Jr. in car number 5. With third fast time, the driver is from Miamisburg, Ohio. The Burco Trucking entry, it's John Vallow in 21. Inside of row number 2, second fast qualifier. This gentleman, 2 feature wins to his credit in 1992 here at the Speedway. Mike Ward. Ward in 61 out of Mechanicsburg. And on the tail, currently second in the point standings. In car number 92, out of Columbus, Ohio, it's Donnie Renner. Renner in car number 92. Your fastest 4 NASCAR Winston Racing Series late models do battle for 4 laps. Dunleavy, Vallow, Ward, and Renner. The leader is Dick Dunleavy Jr., John Vallow second, and now Dunleavy with a spin in car number 5. And 91 and 92, Donnie Renner, your fast qualifier this evening. Dunleavy tiptoes through turns 3 and 4 that time. And now the right Dunleavy apparently cut a tire or broke something coming off the second turn. The car hard into the outside wall, trapping John Vallow in between him and the wall. Both drivers are okay. For the last 3 laps, tonight's trophy dash. Both drivers a little bit over on the back stretch. Mike's the leader. He'll get the halfway signal. White flag this time. He has 1 heat win. That makes his second Trophy Dash win. Again, 2 feature wins so far in 1992 for Mike Ward from Mechanicsburg, Ohio. The car sponsored by Fast Racing Engines, Kaiser's Machine Shop, and Faulkner Motors Incorporated. You know, it's interesting. I was looking at that car back in the pit area, and on the top of the right rear quarter panel, on the top of that fender, that thing is scraped up. And I asked Mike, I said, how did you scrape up the top of the fender? And he said he got into the backstretch wall last week, and the car was rolled over on the right rear so far under acceleration that it didn't scratch up the side. Well, it did scratch up the side, but it also scratched up the top surface of that fender. And the late model division, Cal Busch in car 79, and alongside in 12, Denny Dean. In row number 2, Mike Simpson starts in 16, and alongside in the white number 6, Gary Williams. Then comes Carlton Smith in 19, Larry Harris in 47, 07 is Mr. Eastercam, not sure what is Westercam. I'll get that name here in a minute. And on the tail, car 62. In 62. Sorry about that. We got it put together now. The race leader after one lap is Denny Dean in car 12. Running in second, Larry Harris. And third and 6, it's in car number 6. It's Gary Williams, and we got a yellow flag. A yellow flag in turn number 4. Looks like Cal Busch spun. And the 16 car, Mike Simpson, unable to avoid him after his spin. Running third, Carlton Smith. Then comes Lou Westercam in car 07. Mike Simpson in 16. 79, Cal Busch. And car 62, Tim Yonker, I believe the name. I'll get these names down sooner or later here. Bear with me, folks. A couple of brand new late model drivers this evening. Gary Williams chooses to retire from this event. Larry Harris tries to move the outside of Denny Dean. Carlton Smith and Mike Simpson, your front 4. Moves around Larry Harris. 4 laps complete. Denny Dean the leader. Halfway this time. Carlton Smith off the pace in car 19. It's Denny Dean, Larry Harris. 7 laps now in the record book. 7 laps complete. For Denny Dean. Gentleman yet to win a heat race in 1992, but he's trying tonight. Larry Harris runs second. Third is Mike Simpson. Fourth, Cal Bush. And your winner, it'll be Denny Dean in car number 12. Larry Harris comes across in second. Mike Simpson finishes third. Cal Bush fourth. Winston Racing Series late models. On the pole in car number 98 from Powell, Ohio, the driver is Mike Rush. Rush in 98. Row number 2 on the outside. Or make that row number 1 on the outside of Mike Rush there. In car number 70, a driver change this evening. That car number 70 driven by Larry Harris. Larry Harris in 70. That's the new Carlisle Larry Harris, by the way. Second row, finally, in car 51, the driver is Bob Fye, and alongside in 17, his first appearance here at the Speedway for 1992, Jack Sims in the Valvoline entry. The third row in 82, it's Tommy Simpson. In car 23, beside him is Danny Brown. Finally, number 9, Danny Eves, and car number 94, that's Ed Duncan. Ed Duncan in 94. 10 laps for the second late model heat race. Car length on Mike Rush down the backstretch. They'll complete 2 laps this time around. Harris now the leader. Rush is second. Jack Sims third. And Danny Brown fourth. Simpson pulls off the track in car 82. Bobby Fye now slow in 51. Your leader is Larry Harris. Halfway, that time by. 5 laps down. Now Harris stretches it out about 5 car lengths over Mike Rush. Jack Sims fades to fourth as Robbie, or make that Bill Ed Duncan is third. I finally got it right. Ed Duncan now third in 94. He's winless in heat competition so far in 1992. Steps into the car number 79. He leads this heat race. 1 lap remains. Larry Harris, the winner. Mike Rush comes home second. Third goes to Ed Duncan. Fourth, Jack Sims. Fifth is Danny Brown. third late model heat race. These cars inverted by qualifying order. These the faster of the cars. These cars qualified right behind the 4 Trophy Dash cars. On the pole in car number 7, it's Bobby Edwards. Alongside in 04, the driver is Gene Harsh. Second row in car number 1, it's Terry Humphrey. And beside Terry, car 86, Skip Thornton. Next up, we got 83, Lonnie Rush Sr. and 26, Bill Cantley. And finally on the tail in car number 2, Robbie Dean. For the third heat race. Bobby Edwards out front, followed by Gene Harsh and Terry Humphrey. Senior up to 4th spot, putting pressure on Humphrey. Still Bobby Edwards out front. Edwards with 1 heat race win so far this season. He's working on number 2. From Reynoldsburg, Bobby Edwards, your leader. Gene Harsh is second. Bill Cantley moves up to 3rd spot. Cantley up to 3rd. White flag for Bobby Edwards. And the winner from Reynoldsburg, Ohio, Bobby Edwards. Second will be Gene Harsh from Cincinnati. And third, Bill Cantley. Stock Trophy Dash. Your fastest 4 qualifiers. Starting first in number 66 from Columbus, Paul Baker Jr., your current point leader in this division. And alongside in 70, it's Heavy Hill with 3rd fast time. Your second fast qualifier starts inside row number 2. That's Butch McAllister. And alongside, starting on the tail, number 35, his first fast qualifying effort ever here at the Speedway. It's Tom Idle in 35. Baker and Hill McAllister, and Idle make up your trophy dash. Runs out front in number 66. He's followed by Heavy Hill and Butch McAllister. The halfway sign out this time around. Now Hill with a handful of steering wheel down the front stretch. He saves it, but barely. McAllister moves up to second. White flag for Paul Baker this circuit. And the winner, car number 66, Paul Baker Jr. Second will go to Butch McAllister. Third, Heavy Hill. And fourth, Tom Idle. That's James Harding in 75, and alongside in the first row with him, Tom McCauley. Brian New and Bill Hundley make up the second row. They're followed by Clyde Trowbridge and Bo Davis in the third row. Then comes Roy Harding in 74 and Rick Honecker in 72, and out back in number 10, that's Marion Harper. Marion Harper in car number 10. James Harding and Tom McCauley go at it for that top spot. Harding sideways off the second turn. Now McCauley way up in the Toolies in turns 3 and 4. Hello. One lap complete. Brian New, the leader. Clyde Trowbridge tries to move on the outside of Brian New for that top spot. Trowbridge still tries to battle on the outside of New, but now Brian New takes over sole possession of the lead. Bo Davis and Rick Honecker in hot pursuit. Halfway this lap. New remains out front. He's got 2 heat race wins so far this season. Bo Davis in second has none. White flag this time around. Now Bo Davis to the outside of Brian New. Off the second turn, Brian New goes to the outside of the lap car. Marion Harper shuts the door on Davis. Your winner will be, oh, hello. The winner, Brian New. Everybody looks to be okay. Bo Davis looks to be okay in the 18 car. Marion Harper in car number 10. Not sure if he's in pain or just upset about that accident. So good news, Harper steps out of that car. Getting some medical attention now from the paramedics. Don Townsend Jr. and alongside in 87, Randall Borman. Row number 2 in car 5, the driver is Tim Rowenbeck, and outside of him in 23, Mike Taylor. The next row, Bruce Holmes starts in car 88, and beside him in 63, that's Craig Osborne. Then comes Steve Tuttle in 17, and 14, Jim New. Street stock heat race here on CarQuest. Night at the Races. Townsend Jr., your leader. Randall Borman with a hello, how do you do off the second turn. Third is Tim Rowenbeck in car 5. Craig Osborne spins on the front stretch. He's got that car righted now. He'll get back underway, maybe. The leader is still Don Townsend Jr. Second is Don Townsend Jr., but he's working Borman over in turn 2. Here comes Tim Rowenbeck in number 5. 6 laps complete this time around. White flag this time. And the winner of the second street stock heat event, it's Don Townsend Jr. Randall Borman finishes second. Third is Tim Rowenbeck. And fourth, Mike Taylor. That's Dave Dysinger. And the final row in car 44, Joe DeFelice, and 25, Bubba Parsons. For the third street stock heat race. Parsons, the third, is driving the 25 car, so Donald Parsons in car 25. Out front is Fred Hartzell, Mike Schweier second, Ron Mangus is third in 00. They'll get the cross flags halfway this time. Donald Parsons on the move. In car 25, he's up to third. And Mike Schweier, meantime, tries to move on the outside of Fred Hartzell. battle for that first spot. Schweier now alongside of Hartzell in turn 4. White flag. They're door to door through turns 3 and 4. Schweier on the outside, Hartzell on the inside. And by less than a foot, the winner, Fred Hartzell in 28. Mike Schweier finishes second. Finishing third in car 33 was Jim McCulley. Is next one of the two Dean brothers. He'll start in 20th this evening in car number 12, Denny Dean. Alongside of Denny on the inside, car number 16, it's Mike Simpson. Mike Simpson in 16. Next up in 47, another Columbus driver. This is the Columbus Larry Harris, driving the Harris Body Shop entry. It's Larry Harris. Orion, Ohio driver, veteran racer here at the Speedway, took several years off. He's back out tonight, this year. Tonight, driving car number 6, Gary Williams. On the outside of the 8th row, Powell, Ohio driver, one of the guys that runs both divisions here at the Speedway, the Limited Sportsman and Late Model division. It's Mike Rush. Driver change in the next entry for this evening's event. Starting 15th in car number 70, the driver from New Carlisle, Ohio, it's Larry Harris. Former Street Stock Track champion starts 14th in car 51, the Central Ohio Engines entry. It's Bobby Fye. Driving the Valvoline Sims Motorsports entry next. His first appearance of 1992 here at the Southside Oval, Jack Sims. Up next, the Cartown entry, Cartown Auto Sales. The driver, Tommy Simpson. Another one of those graduates from the Street Stock division is next. He was the track champion a year ago in the Street Stock class. The Moore Lumber Supplies entry, car number 23, Danny Brown. The next driver, car number 94, his first appearance here at the Speedway, had an appearance as a substitute role back on Memorial Day in the John Ballo entry, but first full evening of racing anyway. Car number 94, the Cantley's Racing Supplies entry, it's Ed Duncan. We'll go to the pool now for your inversion cars. Starting first in the black number 9, the driver is Danny Eves. Outside of Eves, in car 04, Cincinnati, Ohio driver, a veteran racer. Used to race at Queen City Speedway for many years. It's Gene Harsh. Two former track champions make up the second row. On the inside, in car number 1, the Humphreys Engine Services Camaro. It's Terry Humphrey. Actually, that looks like a Lumina nose. Maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, outside of that row, in car number 2, one of two 5-time track champions at Columbus Motor Speedway, the D-Berg Auto Body Supply interior, it's Robbie Dean. The next row, in car number 86, veteran late model competitor out of New Albany, Ohio, Skip Thornton. Then comes a feature winner from earlier this year. He won the main event in 1990 here at the Speedway. Car number 83, Pickerington, Ohio, driver Lonnie Rush Sr. On the inside of the fourth row, in car number 26, picked up a first feature win since 1990, last week in the 35-lapper. It's Bill Cantley in the Terry's Inn entry. Next up in 61, starting 8th this evening, car number 61, I already said that, it's Mike Ward out of Mechanicsburg, Ohio. Your fast qualifier this evening, a two-time feature winner in 1992, currently runs second in the track point standings from Columbus, Ohio, Donnie Renner. Okay, we'll give these gentlemen a chance to get saddled up, and just in a minute here, we'll be doing the national anthem. Bear with me 1 minute here. Let's get this all put together. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd please rise for the playing of our national anthem. You ready? There you go. Courtesy of our wrecker crew, we got a balloon release out in the infield. Some of them released and some of them didn't. And now those words that we all wait to hear. Gentlemen, start your engines. White flag this time around. Let's get up and wave them on this time around. 75 racing laps. between Robbie Dean and Dan Eves. The leader, Robbie Dean, Dan Eves, Terry Humphrey, Bill Cantley. Inside of Gene Harsh. Was a real terror on that half mile down there in Cincinnati. Jumbled up mess back there in the back of the pack, so we held the field and we'll try to get them started this time. Still Gene Harsh the leader, Dan Eves second, followed by Robbie Dean, Terry Humphrey, Bill Cantley, and Lonnie Rush. Humphrey now second. And here comes Lonnie Rush in the third. To the outside of Eves. It looks as though everybody physically okay.
Everybody's okay.
And that's good news. All the drivers are okay. Apparently Mike Ward's requesting that he make a trip to that side, so Ward Eves the leader, Terry Humphrey second. Humphrey was putting some heavy pressure on Eves on the race leader before that incident. Third is Lonnie Rush. Fourth, Donnie Renner. Fifth is Danny Brown. And now apparently Carlton Smith hadn't picked up his starting position. So we'll get Carlton figured out. Mike Ward off the track now in car 61. Yellow flag. Mike Rush in 98 with a trip through the infield. Takes out the corner markers down there. One with Danny Eves on the inside, Terry Humphrey on the outside. outside of Eves. Lonnie Rush is third. Complete. 32 down. Door to door through the fourth turn. And now Humphrey, your leader, Terry Humphrey. Humphrey winless here at the Speedway since June 24th of 1990. He is your leader halfway. go this time, 25 laps. Terry Humphrey, Donnie Renner, Danny Eves, and Lonnie Rush. Again, Mike Ward is down approximately 20 laps. Mike Rush is your 5th place car on the track. Renner to the outside of your race leader. Goes to work on Humphrey. Danny Eves is 3rd. And Donnie Renner, the new leader. Renner out front. Now Danny Eves will try to go back around Humphrey. 20 laps. Stretches his advantage. Renner the leader, Terry Humphrey 2nd, Danny Eves 3rd. Laps remain. Approaches the lap cars. Some lap cars in his way at this point. Laps to go, 10 laps. In the second turn, Lonnie Rush moves up to second. Danny Brown up in the outside lane, taking the caution or the layover flag. Renner the leader. That's Carlton Smith. He's on the lead lap. Also Mike Rush on the lead lap unofficially. With some lap cars. Hold up Lonnie Rush and Terry Humphrey. Danny Eves off the pace. Eves slows in car number 9. Five laps to go. Scoreboard one lap off. White flag for Donnie Renner. 1 lap to go. And the winner of the CarQuest Firecracker Championship, Donnie Renner. Second, Lonnie Rush. Third is Terry Humphrey. Fourth is Larry Harris. That is unofficial. We're going to check that. Unofficially, Larry Harris is fourth. So his third feature win of 1992 here at the Speedway. Renner's car sponsored by C&M Towing, Lonnie's Woodcrafts, Cantley's Race Parts, Humphrey's Engine Services, Architect Glass, Sexton's Appliance Company, Renner's Towing, and Byers Chevrolet Body Shop. Winner, Donnie Renner. Down there with Ron Lusher from CarQuest Auto Parts, you'll get a 25-foot drop light and a t-shirt and CarQuest hat. The winner again, Donnie Renner. Donnie Renner. Second was Lonnie Rush. Third, Terry Humphrey. Fourth, Larry Harris. Fifth was Bobby Fye. Sixth, Mike Rush. Seventh was Carlton Smith. Finishing eighth, Danny Brown. Ninth was Jack Sims. And finishing 10th, car number 12, Robbie Dean. The lineup goes like this. Charlie Osborne in 02 and Dickie Bob in 41. Then comes John Strobel in 55 and Zero Hill in 12. The next row, car number 20, it's Mike Brown and car 2, Donnie Gregory. Gary Carter runs car 26. Joe Hill in 70. 98 is Mike Rush. 74, driven by Ken Sward. Then comes Robbie Dean, Steve Scott, Jim Cruz, Bob Justice, Randy Sward, Craig Parker, Jerry Buck, Ron Holbein, and Buddy Townsend. So that's your finishing order, or actually your starting order for the Limited Sportsman feature event, 35 laps. Laps. False start, everybody. We had the field lagging way back. So, false start. Amazingly, no collision on the backstretch. I don't know how they kept from doing it. Zero Hill tries to work on the outside of Charlie Osborne. Osborne the leader in 02. Osborne holds down that top spot, but Zero Hill tries to move on the outside. Now Robbie Dean and Mike Brown join in. 5 laps this time. Osborne off the pace in 022. Zero Hill, the leader. Now Robbie Dean moves around. Robbie Dean, the leader, in 11. Zero Hill now second. Donnie Gregory third. From 10th starting spot. He's now the leader, Robbie Dean. Complete. Spot. Justice is 4th in car 29. He started 15th. Robbie Dean, Zero Hill, Donnie Gregory, Bob Justice, and Gary Carter, your top 5 runners. Halfway this time. Again, the leader is Jerry Buck. Second, Jim Kidd. Third is Russ Bob. spin and win, maybe for Jim Kidd. He spins, does the 360 on the backstretch, keeps her going. Still the leader is Jerry Buck, and now Jim Kidd spins again. That'll bring out the yellow. Eight laps to go. And Russ Bob, the new leader. In car number 98, Mike Rush jumps the start. He pulled outside of Randy Sward to try to take advantage of that on that restart. Donnie Renner with looks like an engine exploded down the backstretch on that car. Charlie Osborne slid in the oil. Checking out the condition of Donnie Renner. Plenty of oil on the backstretch. Apparently the engine in Renner's car let loose going down the backstretch. That's what black streak down the backstretch. Track crew working on that now. We're still waiting for a report from the Renner car on his condition. So good news from over there. They're checking now with Charlie Osborne as he made hard contact. Again, once Osborne got in that oil, he could not get that 02 car. He is moving all four of his limbs very well, so there doesn't appear to be any potential problem with paralysis or anything like that. So that is good news. As finally I get some news that is good news to pass along. Sam Heckman in 17. Bob putting heavy pressure on your race leader, Jerry Buck. Now Jim Cruz. Jim Cruz is up to third spot. 5 laps to go, the last time by. Now they've got 4.5 laps to go. White flag this time for Jerry Buck. Now Randy Swart moving on the outside in car 73. Here comes Swart on the outside. But your winner will be Jerry Buck. So flag the flag, win for Jerry Buck in car 27. First year driver. And he picks up his feature win and only his 4th start here at the Speedway. Fended off challenges of Russ Bob. I think his first race win of any kind here at the Speedway. And he makes crazy guys and girl. Rick Honecker and Jim McCauley on the front row. Then comes Brian New, Dave Dysinger in row 2. Herb Pennington and Clyde Trowbridge. Jimmy Romans and Carl Thompson. Butch McAllister in 3, Randall Borman 87, car 30. Car 30 is Bill Hunley, 23, Craig Taylor. I guess Mike Taylor, sorry about that. It's a tough night, been a tough night so far. Next up we got Bubba Parsons and Don Townsend Jr., Tom Idle, and Joe DePolice, Mike Schweier and Ron Mangus, Don Parsons and Paul Baker Jr., Tom McCauley, Bruce Holmes, Selena Osborne, and Brian McDowell. Five laps. The leader is Jim McCauley. Second, Rick Honecker. Still Jim McCauley in 33, the leader. Good race for second between Rick Honecker and Dave Dysinger. Flag is Butch McAllister up against the guardrail, up against the wall in turns 3 and 4. Green flag. Red flag. Brian New third, Clyde Trowbridge fourth. The new leader is Paul Baker Jr. Halfway. Now Joe DeFelice is second. DeFelice second in 44. Laps to go. White flag for Paul Baker Jr. Second in 44, Joe DeFelice. Third in 43 is Mike Schweier. Your winner, Paul Baker Jr. So thank you for coming out, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for the lateness of the program. But again, the injury to Charlie Osborne does not appear to be serious. Unfortunately, we had the rain situation which threw us behind. See you back here each and every Saturday night for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series. Good night.